All right, folks, you saw it here, you saw it in the title, you saw it in the thumbnail. We're talking the #1 reason as to why your lawns aren't as green as they should be in the summertime with all of the work you are doing. No, it is not water. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago. It is something else. Let's talk about it. So what made me want to make this video is the fact that I myself have actually experienced this, and it actually took me a little bit to figure it out. And on top of that, though, I've also been getting a lot of questions from you guys in the comments. I've been getting a couple DMs from some people. Jake, I've been helping my lawn out the best I can all throughout the summer, right? I've been applying fertilizer on the regular. I've been putting down your double dark cocktail that you talk about. I've also been watering it. I don't know what's wrong. Can you provide any insight? Folks, I'm happy to tell you that you are not alone in any of this. You see, I have actually been dealing with this in my own lawn for quite a while, as well as some lawns that I've treated doing some past projects here on the channel. I've noticed, man, you know, here in the summertime, I've been applying nitrogen, I've been applying iron, I've been watering the heck out of it, but I'm not really seeing that green that I should be seeing, right? And it kind of took me a little while to figure it out, and then it occurred to me, this one macronutrient that's so underrated and is on almost every fertilizer that you buy at the store or online or whatever, and that is potassium. I really wanted to get a better understanding of why potassium is so important, so what I decided to do was type it in the old Google there, and then what came up was this little excerpt from our good friends over at Jonathan Green's. It states, potassium assists in better water and nutrient uptake while helping synthesize proteins and starches. Potassium also helps the grass build thicker cell walls, stay healthy, and strengthen the plant so it can withstand various stresses such as drought, heat, cold, and disease. Wow. That was a mouthful. What we can take away is that last part, which we've talked about a lot, which is the fact that what the potassium is going to do is it's going to help build your plant up stronger all around so that it has better resilience to these stresses and diseases that we deal with in the summertime. And as a result of doing that, what it's going to do is it's going to provide us a little foundational green. You see, one of the reasons we're not really seeing a return on the nitrogen applications and the iron applications in the summer, even if we are watering our lawn, is because we don't have that foundational green. You see, when you apply potassium, what you're doing is you're getting that base layer of green in there, right? You're actually greening up all the lower parts of the plant. So then that way, when you do come in with your other nutrients, such as your nitrogen and your iron, you're going to in turn complement that green by adding a little bit more vigor to it like you would with the nitrogen, and on top of that adding that darker shade of green that you get with the iron without pushing any additional growth. Alright everybody, so it is Sunday. I'm getting ready to press upload on this video, and it made me realize that as I was filming this, I forgot to mention something a little more in depth, and that is disease in the lawn. You see, ever since I filmed this video a couple of days ago, haven't really seen it, but since I got out, went to work, started mowing some lawns for my lawn care business, which we'll have some more videos coming on that soon. I know you guys want to see all that. I've noticed a lot of lawns right now, even with the mild conditions we've been having, stressing out with disease such as dollar spot and brown patch, which I did speak on in a video a couple of years ago. And one of the things I wanted to go ahead and mention is if you're seeing stress and disease in your lawn, kind of like I mentioned a couple minutes ago, that probably is an indicator of a bigger picture of the issue, and that is the fact that you do not have an adequate amount of potassium in your lawn to help thicken those cell walls, if you will, thicken that foundation to help build a little bit of resilience to that disease. So what I would recommend for any of you guys right now, get down a fungicide as we usually talk about. That's a great way to help combat that problem. I'll actually leave a link down in the description below of this video to one of my all-time favorite fungicides to use for curing any fungus problems in the lawn that you might be seeing right now, such as dollar spot, melting out leaf spot, and brown patch. So if you want to check all that out, I will go ahead and leave that down in the description below. Then on top of that, I recommend you get down a potassium supplement, which we're going to go ahead and talk about right now. So let's get back to it. Now, in summary, guys, if you're noticing your lawn's looking a little pale instead of green like they should be in the summer with all of the work that we're pouring into it, I recommend adding a potassium supplement to your regular fertilizer regimen. Now, I actually do have a couple of products that I recommend you try out. One of them being the 7020 Stress Blend from my good friend Alan over at Yard Mastery. He recently came out with this project this year for this particular reason, to give you a large dose of potassium to help combat the stress that a lot of lawns are experiencing. Now, for any of my friends on the liquid side who've been following along with the GCF next products, I highly recommend a brand new debuted product to the DIY market, and that is the 0031 Green Fight. This is another good one. I've actually applied this to my front lawn, and as you can see from this video clip here, the results are really kicking in. Alright, so this is the lawn as of Monday, July 13th, and you can see it is looking pretty good. Now, this has had a combination of so many different things. It's actually had a combination of the three that we talked about in this video. It's got nitrogen, it's got iron, and it's also got potassium. Now, as you'll see, the lawn is super green right now, right? You get that bottom layer of green from the potassium like I talked about. That's important in the summertime during times of stress. And on top of that, we also get the iron in there to add a little bit of a darker tint of color to kind of boost the process of photosynthesis, if you will, without pushing any additional growth. And then if you do want to get a little bit crazy and push a little bit of growth and a little bit of vigor, depending on where you're at, the conditions are not that stressful, which for us, it has not been at all, really, for the most part this year, except for a couple of times. We've been getting a lot of rain. You're good to go. We got some nitrogen in here as well, so yeah, I'd say we're looking pretty good. And we're actually healing up from a problem going on in this quadrant of the lawn right here. More on that in an upcoming video, as I actually did a collab diagnosis with my good buddy Alan Hayne, the Lawn Care Nut. So you'll be able to see that video coming up from the 4th of July weekend and how we solved that problem. So yeah, for the most part, I'd say she's looking pretty good. So potassium, folks, get it down in the summer. There you go, guys. That's all we have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you thought about it. If you have any additional questions that maybe I did not clarify for you, leave those down below as well, and we will get back to those as soon as we can. With that, I'm Jake the Lawn Kid. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Later.